Hi guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I thought I would do a spin on the what's in my bag tag. I'm gonna do a what's in my bag at the end of the video, but I just wanted to talk about basically purchasing your first designer bag, things to look out for, things to consider if you are in the market to purchase your first bag. Sort of like what should be on your mind, what should your what should your thought process be. I think for me, I'm someone who does a lot of research before I make big purchasing decisions. I watch a lot of reviews. I look on Pinterest for all the different outfit options that are possible with the bag, and I watch a lot of videos like this where, you know, someone describes sort of, you know, how to go about purchasing your first bag. I think it's one thing to sort of just dive in the deep end and just not know and just not really care, and if you have that sort of budget and you don't give a shit, you can, if the bag turns out being shit later, you can get another one, then kudos to you. But I think there are many of us out there that value our coin a hell of a lot, and if you are spending your own money on purchasing your first bag, what should you look out for, and what should be your thought process. By the way guys, if you see me looking a little bit shiny, it's because it's so hot in Cape Town today. It is like 40 degrees, so please bear that in mind. So the first thing I want to start off with is budget. What is your budget when it comes to purchasing this bag or whatever? Maybe it's not even a bag, maybe it's just like a watch or a foundation or whatever. I think these points apply, most of these points apply to any item really. Is what is your budget? You have to give yourself a budget. Oh my god, am I actually dripping? Is water actually dripping down my face? Oh my days. Do I need to get tissue? So what's your budget? Obviously the different designers have different budgets for bags. I think, you know, depending on what your budget is that's the designer for which you'll gravitate towards. If your budget is really tiny and you want an entry-level sort of bag, so maybe like a Michael Kors or a Tory Burch or a Kate Spade, don't look at Chanel, don't look at Givenchy, don't look at you know, Balenciaga or Hermes. Like, don't go there. Like, you just give yourself a heart attack and give yourself be depressed. But if you sort of like do have a mid-level budget and they say you can do an entry-level item of a designer, that's a great way. I think people forget that you don't have to jump into the deep end when it comes to buying designer. I think you can buy into the brand by purchasing something like a card wallet, a card holder, or a belt, or a pair of sandals, or a perfume, or a pair of sunglasses. I think there's this pressure to buy into a brand by, you know, looking for the most expensive handbag or, you know, the most expensive pair of shoes. I think there is such a thing as, you know, okay, let me test this out, see if I actually like y'all before I give you all my coin. Do something small first. If you look on the Louis Vuitton website, there's a tab called small leather goods. Start there. Buy a cosmetic pouch, buy you know, a key ring, a keychain. Like, you know, buy into brands. That's a good way to give yourself a start into going designer. The second thing I think you have to know, which obviously feeds into the first thing of budget, is which brand do you want to buy into. So which brand have you been following? Which brand do you know the history on? Which brand have you always gravitated towards, and buy into it. So let's say you do have the money for a bag. It goes into my third point of knowing your lifestyle. So what is your lifestyle? Are you someone who's on the go and you grab your keys, you grab your bag and you go out? And what sort of things do you grab when you're on your way out? Do you need a tote where you just stuff everything inside? Or do you have one shoulder bag, a crossbody bag, which already has your keys, your sunglasses, your card holder, and you're just out the door in seconds? Or are you someone who, like, is a mom and you need a tote so that, because you need to have your kids' stuff inside? Or are you someone who travels a lot, like me? I require a tote and a crossbody because I need a tote when I travel, keep my laptop in, my notebooks, my pens, my boring shit, my passport, my ID, and everything like that. And then I use that to travel, and then I have my crossbody for like daily, sort of like everyday sort of vibes or dinner things or whatever. What else? Okay, and then the fourth point is when you're purchasing designer, it's like buying a car. Purchasing designer is making an investment. You have to consider the resale value of this item, which is why when it comes to first designer purchases, people often stay away from the trend-based items. So items that are only hot for one season, if we were to purchase them next season, we have to see them being worn next season, you'd be like, babes, like that's from last year. You have to keep that in mind if you ever want to resell a bag in the future. Just how trend-based are you going with your bag? I'm getting on to another point, but how timeless is the thing you're purchasing gonna be? How timeless is it? Why brands like Chanel continue to, I mean, the Chanel boy bag or the Chanel classic flap, that price goes up every year. Like, it's an old ass bag. It's like from Audrey Hepburn days, I'm probably sure. But that price of the bag keeps going up, and girls, there are waiting lists for the classic Chanel flap. And if you were to buy a Chanel now, you could probably sell it 5 years later for even more than you purchased it. So that's what you have to keep in mind when you buy designer, is the resale value of the bag. I didn't think about resale value with this bag because it was never on my mind to resell it. I feel like I don't want to resell this bag, and I'll tell you for 2 reasons. And if you do plan on buying something and reselling it later, okay, are you someone who can take care of your bag? Are you someone who can keep it in good condition 5 years later when you want to resell it? Why it's so encouraged for people to buy the Louis Vuitton Neverfull, the Louis Vuitton Alma bag, the Louis Vuitton Speedy bag, is because those are classics by Louis Vuitton, and they're always on secondhand stores to be resold, and they're always in high demand. People want it. The Louis Vuitton Neverfull currently at the Louis Vuitton store at the waterfront in Cape Town has a waiting list. No, I'm talking shit. But the Porsche Matisse, which is a trending bag, has a waiting list of 4 to 6 weeks. Getting on to my fifth point is that you don't always have to buy, if you're buying a classic, you don't always have to buy it brand new. I think you can look at secondhand sites. Now, I don't know about secondhand sites in South Africa. I know there's an Instagram boutique called Levant SA. I know that there are 2 stores that I keep on seeing on Google whenever I search pre-loved designer items, and I don't know, I'm quite apprehensive. I know in the UK there's Vestiaire Collective, which is the one that I think I would buy from, but I just don't know how their shipping works and stuff like that, and I don't think I would buy something from Vestiaire designer, bring it here and have to pay customs and tax. Hell no. But there are options to buy pre-loved designer items. I think one ought to consider that. Like, I would consider going pre-loved for a Chanel. I would consider going pre-loved for a Birkin, because apparently Birkin, you need to be invited to go and buy a Birkin. You don't go in like, oh, willy-nilly, I'm trying to buy. No. I heard that you have to build a relationship with the brand, and then they invite you to come in and purchase a Birkin. And I think those are my main points. Now, as for me, I purchased the Gucci Marmont camera bag. See, I'm dusting it off. And I purchased this in black because, one, I always wear I wear neutral colors, black, white, or grey. Not even grey. I wear black or white. Once in a while, I'll have like a kimono that has a pop of color. Once in a while, I'll wear like a skirt that's a different color. But for most of the time, I carry black. That's me keeping in mind my style, my fashion sense, if I do have one at all, is that the more minimal, the better. Obviously, I can give you an update now of how the bag has been for me and sort of my thoughts on it thus far, because I've obviously had a bit of time, I think a month now, to sort of wear it and see how, and tell you how I feel about it. I said to you earlier why I don't think I can resell this bag, because of the leather. Now, the leather on this bag has given me so much anxiety. I don't think I would ever buy this bag again with this leather. I think if I were to buy another Gucci bag, it would either be suede. What is suede? Velvet. It would be the velvet finish, because or maybe a different color, maybe not black. This leather has given me stress. I should have actually wanted to Google the kind of leather this is. Okay, the name of the leather is made in Matelasse chevron leather. Please, I'm sorry about the pronunciation. This, yeah, the leather in this bag has given me the worst anxiety because you guys have seen me actually, I don't have long nails anymore. One of the reasons was because this bag was getting stabbed with my nails. Like, just literally the first time I wore it, I went throughout the day wearing it, and I just from opening it, and you know, because my nails are so long, it scratched the leather, and there's one big scratch on my leather, which is the only thing that I see, and I'm sure you can't see it from there, but it's the only thing I see when I pick up this bag, and every time I see it, it hurts my heart. For the most part, you are able to rub out any like marks or chafings. There is a small piece of square leather that they include in the bag as well, which you use that to rub on, so that it's leather rubbing on leather, not like wet cloth or anything rubbing on this. You just use the square patch that comes in the bag to rub off anything else that you think should not be there. The resale value I think would go a little bit down because obviously I have scratched this bag. I have a scratch on it there. Ever since I noticed the scratch, I have been extra careful. Not because I do plan to resell it, just because I want this bag in my collection forever. I think this is going to become a classic from Gucci. I think this is going to be a bag that is going to be a classic. I don't see this going away anytime soon. So I got the size small, and small is pretty big. For most designers, small is like half the size of this, but I was really shocked that this is how much you get, and they call this a small bag. And I want to show you what all I can fit inside here. Yeah, I've gotten a lot of weight out the bag. I do treat this as sort of like an everyday bag. I think it's a bag that is quite casual. I've seen a lot of girls dress it up or dress it down. I think it's that sort of bag that you can dress up, can dress down, but I do see this as a casual bag. I did get it in black so that I could have that option if I did want to dress it up and I go out at night. It still would look cute and it still look nice dressed up. But I really think it's a beautiful bag. I am trying not to use it every day though, which is why I want to get the Poché Matisse. So anyway, getting into the what's in my bag. I can fit quite a lot of stuff in here. So I have this big wallet. I'm a wallet girl, like I said, and I like to have big wallets. And even though I do have small bags and I do have a taste for smaller bags now, I do think that I'll always like carrying a good wallet, a big wallet. But for this bag, my wallet was a little bit too big for it, so I went out and purchased a card holder. This is what I keep in here on a daily basis. It's random as F. Also really random, I think. I did take out my receipts when we had a meeting earlier today. So I have my chewing gum, which I buy the big bottle. So this big bottle can fit comfortably inside here. So I buy my big bottle of Airways chewing gum. I have my Elizabeth Arden 8-hour cream, and this I use on my lips or anywhere really. Last night I had my wig on my camera stand. I had my wig on my camera stand and I went to the toilet in the middle of the night. When I got back in my room, I forgot this wig was there, and obviously the wig on top of the camera, it looks like it's a person. So I walked in my room. Obviously when you're sleeping, like, you're half dazed and confused, and I forgot this camera stand was there with the wig on. I thought it was a person, so I punched my camera stand. So I injured myself. Some skin came off on my knuckle. So I have this in my bag, and I use this 8-hour cream to just rub it on there and just, you know, heal it. But this I love so much, so this goes everywhere with me. You can also use it as a lip balm on days you're not wearing makeup. If you forgot to do that, I love this. I always carry this everywhere with me. I'll always do make sure that everything inside my bag is tightly closed. I don't keep pens in here, and I rarely keep creams in here. This is the only cream that I trust, or thing that I trust, that the lid doesn't open on its own, because inside it's suede. The material is suede, and you know, ain't nothing coming off of that. I have my Gucci Marmont card holder. So this is the one that I picked up because I could fit my wallet, but I couldn't fit anything else inside after the fact. I'm also not a cash person. I don't carry a lot of cash on me, so something like this was perfect for me anyway. If I do have some cash, it's probably like 20 rand or 50 rand for parking tickets, and I just keep it in the main compartment of the bag and it doesn't really matter. But this is really nice. I can fit 4 cards in here and maybe a little something in the middle slit there. And yeah, this is the only color I had, but I really love the color of this. I have my keys here with my Estee Lauder key ring there. I have my asthma pump because I have an asthma pump in both bags because I can't be without this. I have my handbag spray. This is from Chanel. I'm not too crazy about the scent in this. I wonder if I'm able to change the fill. It fits really nicely. Of course, there's my phone in the bag as well. This is the 6 Plus, so that fits in pretty comfortably. It's also a slim phone. I have a slim case on, so it just goes in right into the side there. I have my passport. I don't know why. I think because my driver's license was expired. Oh yeah, my driver's license was expired, so I had to go and apply for a new license, and I needed identification, and I can't find my normal ID, so I have my passport in there. I have my lip gloss. This is the Chanel Rouge Cocoa Gloss in 748. I think it's so pretty. Such a nice color. I have a business card, okay, from Louis Vuitton. This is where I went to go and ask about the Pache Matisse. I have my Fenty Beauty. I don't know why do I have 2 lip glosses in here? I guess this is more clear. This is more clear. There's no real color to it, and it's a bit more shimmery. And this is the Fenty Beauty gloss. Okay, I have a lot of lip stuff. I think I have a phobia of having dry, cracked lips. That's my biggest pet peeve. But this is my daily conditioning treatment, Blistix DCT. But it's almost finished though. I love this stuff. It's got SPF 20 on it, so it's really, really good. Why do I have, okay, I have a watch in here. I don't know why. And then, oh yes, this is the leather thing I was talking about. It has its own pouch, and I lost the pouch. I think it's in my room somewhere. But this is the leather with which you would rub any sort of like scratches and stuff on it, so that you know that it's leather rubbing on leather. You're not aggravating the leather any more than you should. And yeah, I have some ID photos when I went to go do my driver's license, and the Gucci, what is this? I don't know. The bag has got a pouch here. There's just some coins here, but the bag has got a pouch here, and that's where I keep the leather thingy and a few coins. And that's the bag. Those are the only necessities you really need. And remember, this is a small bag and it's filled out quite nicely. It's not like brimming at the top. There's still space, as you can see. It's not like struggling to close. And yeah, anyway guys, that's it. I hope this video was useful. I'm sorry for the sweat, but I really couldn't help it. Yeah, if you like videos like this, please let me know. I guess it is more like a fashion video, not a beauty video, so yay me for diversity. Anyway then guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
I make time for the things I like. Yeah. Maybe we can do this all night. Yeah. And you only live once, live life.